What lake are we in?
We just entered Killarney Lake. Okay, is our favorite campsite on Killarney going to be available? That is the question. I think we're good. It's ours, baby. Have a peek.
Welcome to our sleeping quarters. We have a beaver mat outside and we keep our boots and little slippers outside the tent. So everything's clean and very simple setup. No sleeping bags or anything like that. We've got 2 mattresses we keep together with a fitted sheet and then a wool blanket over top. We've got 1 ground blanket and then we sleep on this layer and then we just have a wool blanket over top. It's very comfy. Easy setup and super comfortable.
So now we got the saw. We're gonna go get us some firewood so we can have a nice fire tonight. Caitlin's on bear patrol. Our tent is right on that ridge. Darling, I got a coffee for you. Open up. Nope, she's still sleeping. You want a coffee?
Yes, please.
Alright, I'm going to show you how to hang a food barrel. First step is locating a tree that has a nice big branch. These are more rare to come by than you might expect, but we happen to find one. And we're just going to tie the stick or something onto the end of our rope to give it some weight so that we can toss this over that branch. And with any luck, we'll get it. There we go. And as we lift up the barrel, that counterweight will pull it down. And we can hoist up our barrel into a safe range. We've seen a lot of bears already this trip. We saw a mother bear and her cub just paddling out. And then yesterday we saw another, probably a 1-year-old bear right along the shore. And then tie it off to a secondary tree to hold it up. And I'm going to use my favorite knot, taut line hitch. Now let's go show you the rest of our camp. We packed 4 tarps for this trip, which is excessive, but the forecast was calling for thunder showers 3 of the 5 days that we were out here, so better dry than sorry. We got our tarp from Lost Wild Outdoors here. This has got plenty of tie-offs, it's waterproof, and it's super durable, so you can pull on this as much as you want. So that's tarp number 1. And then over here, our tent and sleeping area, we've got 2 more tarps hung up over here. We got a long ridge line, so a nice high point all the way down to a very low point behind our tent. And the idea is that we want all the water in this whole area to all fall behind the tent, because the worst thing is walking through a bunch of wet ground. And this gives us a nice area to stand underneath and not crouching and trying to change in a little tent. We expect rain. We'll cover everything here again with another 4th tarp, and this way everything's nice and dry in the morning. These tarps are tied up with simple slip knot hitches and taut line hitches so that we can tighten them up and loosen them as needed. It's important that obviously the top tarp overlaps the one below it so that the water drips off the first one onto the second one all the way down. The very back point, I've got a heavy rock tied to it. This helps all the water drain off both tarps right down to the one point in the back.
So it's about 2:30 now in the afternoon. We just had a beautiful swim, got all nice and clean. Hair is just drying. I think I'm gonna do some sketches. My goal was to do a sketch every day, and we are on day 4 and I have done no sketching. So that's what I'm gonna do now.
Caitlin was butt naked when
Are you writing in your journal?
6 elderly men came canoeing around the corner. They said, "Hey, put your clothes on."
That's really good. So it is 7:45 and we just got ready for bed.
It's pouring rain. But we're nice and dry, huh?
How was your sleep?
Yeah, it was good, but I'm sick.
I was cold all night. Body's just weak, headache, and it's raining.
Coffee and rum is
And journaling.
waking up. He wasn't gonna put rum in his coffee, but I told him put a little bit and
Just a
you'll
splash.
feel better.
A teaspoon.
Mm-hmm.
It does taste better.
We're hoping that the evening will be nicer. Maybe we'll go for an evening paddle.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Our favorite tree in the whole world. Right?
First coffee of the day. We've already went for a canoe out to our favorite tree island. Now, our morning coffee. Cheers. In this oatmeal, we've got, of course, rolled oats, raisins, cranberries, dried blueberries, cut up dates, chia seeds, some nuts, and coconut, sweetened coconut, and cinnamon.
It's like morning glory for oatmeal.
We just need some shredded carrot.
We canoed through George Lake, did the short portage into Freeland Lake, canoed through Freeland Lake, did the 410 meter portage into Killarney Lake, and then we paddled through all of here to the very far side of Killarney Lake. We camped on that island for one night, then we canoed all the way across through Killarney, did the no man's land treacherous paddle through those stumps, did the short 120 meter portage into OSA Lake, and then went to the far side of OSA Lake and we're camping over here. And we're currently somewhere over here, hanging out on the shoreline, just enjoying the view. That was a good nap, wasn't it? We were beat, paddled against the wind the whole way.
It's been raining all morning, so we're drinking some tea and fixing our tarps. Everything is dry, but everything is damp.
When I'm doing those shots, I start leaning to one side of the canoe, and one of these days, I'm just gonna fall right out of the right out of the side of the canoe, doing a shot back here.
I hope not.
This is a beautiful beach we just pulled up to, darling. Wow. Look at that water. Does that not make you want to go swimming? Last meal on our 2018 Killarney trip. What are we having?
Thai curry and rice and vegetables.